What's up? Time for another Q&A. Let's get started. Alright, back with another J.A.M session, Just Ask Matty Q&A. This is going to be a lot quicker than the first one. I'm going to answer more simple questions that don't require me to go into depth for answers. So with that, let's get started. First question is by Eric Holmes, who actually asked the first question on the first J.A.M series. But he asks, do I like to listen to music when I work out for motivation, or do I like no music so I can concentrate on the workout? I used to always listen to music every single day, couldn't lift without it. Got annoyed for a while because when I would be lifting with dumbbells, they'd get caught on the headphone wire, or one of the earphones would fall out, and it would really just get me more aggravated than anything. So I cut out music for a little while. Then I realized I had to listen to everyone around me. Drama and stuff that I didn't want to hear, and the crappy music on the radio playing in the gym. So yes, I have to listen to music when I work out. It helps me with motivation. When I'm lifting heavy, I like loud rock music. I like rap music, like Eminem, stuff like that. If I'm doing cardio, which I don't do too often, I like house music, upbeat stuff. So, dubstep. So, there you go. Bill Kelly asks, is it true you should cut carbs around 7 p.m.? Quick answer, no. I'll throw a link on the screen to my video about eating carbs at night, so that should help you answer your question. Philip Ibarra asks, do you have a favorite type of workout that you enjoy doing more than another? To be honest, not really. Every time I go into the gym, I work my ass off. I work out with intensity, but I really have a good time. I love lifting. I guess I like doing arms, maybe. Most people do. A lot of people like doing arms. A lot of people hate legs, but lately I've been loving them because watching that muscle grow, for me, it's always been a very stubborn muscle, so it's nice to see me increase my strength there, as well as with the bench press. So, to answer your question, I love all workouts. Patrick Padavano asks, are you mad, bro? Not really mad. What about you, bro? You mad? And how has becoming such a beast affected your sex and love life? I'll leave that to your imagination. It has increased confidence, to be honest. Working out and achieving a better physique than I've had in the past has helped with my confidence and self-esteem. Josh and Cynthia Thomas said, I broke my left wrist years ago and always had trouble getting my strength back in my left arm. Any tips on regaining strength? To be honest, whenever someone messages me about an injury, I try not to give advice because I have no experience with injuries, and I don't feel as though I'm qualified to give you a strength training program or a rehabilitation program. I think you should see a professional and really get that worked out, whether it's physical therapy or advice from a doctor. I don't want to give you advice and then you try my advice and end up furthering the injury. So sorry, I can't really answer that in depth, but I do recommend you see someone professional for help with that. Kevin Mejia, sorry if I messed up your name, asks, why and do you have to cut carbs when cutting? Again, I'm going to link you to my carb video. That should help give you an idea. Simple answer, no, you don't have to cut carbs when cutting. You do want to create an overall calorie deficit. If carbs are where you want to cut, that's fine. Your protein should stay around 1 gram per pound of body weight. And the other two macros, carbs and fat, you can mess around with. And that's a simple answer right there. Fat to Fat Chat asks, what are your thoughts on not eating after 7 p.m. or a couple hours before bedtime if you're trying to drop weight? Once again, video on carbs and late night eating. Check that out. I don't think there is any need to cut carbs or any kind of food after a certain time. Your body is dictated over a 24-hour caloric intake day after day after day. So focusing on time and stuff like that really isn't relevant. James Langan asks, hey Matty, does lifting with barbell weights give an advantage over lifting with dumbbell weights? In my opinion, they're both very beneficial. Dumbbells require more stabilization. They allow you to drop the weight. If you're, say, dumbbell incline pressing like this, and you're struggling coming down, you can kind of let the weights go. It's not the best thing to do to throw weights around, but, God forbid you can't get the weight back up, it will definitely help. And it also helps even out strength imbalances. You could focus on using more weight with one arm than the other, etc. And as far as barbells go, they have their benefits as well. They allow you to lift heavy weight, great for explosive movements, especially for legs, for your squats, your deadlifts. You know, they allow you to move more weight. And that's really it as far as that. You know, I wanted to keep this video easy, answer simple questions. I know I have a lot of other questions I want to answer. Some people asked about carb cycling and drop sets and stuff like that. I want to get into more depth with videos like that. So I try to keep it simple for you guys. Thanks again for your support. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you later. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. And make sure you join the Fusaro Fitness Facebook page so you can stay up to date on these Q&As. So you can post questions and I'll have answers for you. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.